Ever thought about someone out of the blue and seconds later your phone lights up with their name? Or wanted something so intensely it just somehow arrived? We usually brush these moments off as luck or strange coincidences, but they aren't random. That is an actual physical signal sent by your brain. Your brain functions as a continuous generator of electrical signals. It is a biological transmitter, broadcasting data into your surroundings every second of every day. Every time you think, you emit electromagnetic frequencies known as brainwaves, and these are physically measurable. This is a readout of those exact waves. Just like you can measure the voltage running through a copper wire, you can track the exact output of human thought. Because we can measure this energy, we know it's real. Your thoughts possess a physical existence in this world, carrying weight and frequency, just like the device you are watching this on. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The idea that a thought can leave your skull and affect the outside world sounds like pseudoscience, but we trust invisible forces all day long. You can't see gravity, but it keeps you on the ground. You can't see the Wi-Fi signal streaming this video, or the literal emotion of love, yet they shape your entire reality. In quantum physics, there is a concept called entanglement. When two particles connect, they remain linked. If you affect one, the other reacts instantly, no matter how much physical distance is between them. The math behind this was so bizarre that Albert Einstein famously refused to accept it at first, calling it spooky action at a distance. Here is where it gets interesting for us. You and I, our brains and our thoughts, are made of those exact same interconnected particles. We belong to that same energy field. For nearly 30 years, researchers at Princeton University ran a rigorous scientific program dedicated to testing this boundary. Over thousands of experiments, they found a consistent, measurable anomaly. Human consciousness can influence random physical systems. Your mind subtly alters the reality around it. A mind full of fragmented, unfocused thoughts broadcasts a signal of pure static. This fragmented output often results in the disjointed and random events we frequently mistake for bad luck. To stop broadcasting static, you have to tune the dial. We can break this down into a deliberate 5-step method to clean up your transmission. Step 1 is eliminating the noise. Take 10 to 15 minutes of complete isolation. Put the phone away, close your eyes, and take deep breaths to physically calm your nervous system. Step 2 is tuning the frequency. You have to shift your brain's internal state so you can access your subconscious mind, which is millions of times more powerful than your conscious thoughts. This chart illustrates that shift. When you're awake and stressed, you emit rapid, erratic beta waves. But as you relax, those spikes smooth out into deep, rhythmic alpha and theta waves. That theta state is your optimal broadcasting frequency. It is the exact biological sweet spot where your mind connects most powerfully to the energy field around you. You cannot skip these first 2 steps. No matter what you try to achieve, you cannot push a clear signal through a noisy, stressed-out channel. Step 3 is setting your intention. The universe operates like a GPS. It needs exact coordinates. Asking for a good life is too vague. Asking for a $120,000 job in graphic design gives the signal a destination. Step 4 is powering the signal. A precise thought is just the map, but intense physical emotion is the fuel. You have to actually feel the excitement in your chest to push that frequency out. Let's look at a woman named Priya. She had a bitter falling out with her mother over family property, and the two hadn't spoken a single word to each other in 7 years. Priya started practicing this protocol. For 21 days, she sat in that relaxed state and visualized her mother. She didn't project anger or demands. She simply broadcast pure forgiveness and love. On day 22, her phone rang. It was her mother, crying. After 7 years of silence, she was inexplicably overwhelmed by the sudden feeling that she needed to reach out. Which brings us to step 5, releasing the transmission. Once you set the intention and feel the emotion, you have to completely let it go. Obsessing over how or when it will happen is like planting a seed and digging it up every single morning to see if the roots are growing. You kill the process with interference. A successful transmission requires absolute precision, massive emotional fuel,
and the discipline to let the system work without you hovering over it. When you release that clear signal, it triggers what we call the butterfly effect out in the real world. Your focused intention generates a microscopic pulse of energy. It creates a ripple in the universal field that interacts with everything around it. That invisible ripple travels outward, gently nudging other people's decisions and shifting events just enough to align an unexpected opportunity directly in your path. This protocol is a mechanism for engineering opportunity. It requires physical participation to complete the circuit between your intention and your result. The core law of this protocol is simple. The universe will unlock the door, but it will never force you to walk through it. The definitive formula looks like this: telepathy plus action equals transformation. If Priya's mom calls, Priya still has to pick up the phone. If your tuned frequency lands you an interview for that graphic design job, you still have to show up and execute. Once you recognize your role as an active node within this network, you can use these 5 steps to deliberately influence the trajectory of your own life. When you synchronize your biological frequency with your physical effort, you become the primary architect of your circumstances.